An Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham fan walked into a bar.
This is an Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham fan walked into a bar. This week's lineup has changed a little bit as Mark and Josh are off being very important. So I'm left holding the fort, and helping me hold things up is Arsenal fan and funny man, comedian Joe Bohr, and repping Tottenham. He's just doing a flyby. Can he finally breathe easy this season? Please be upstanding. All rise. It's the only bloody Antony Costa from Blue. Hi guys, thanks for joining me this week. Great stand-ins, I must say.
Thank you very
much. Very
much.
impressed with this lineup.
Super subs.
Super subs, yeah. So guys, what have we been up to? Antony, you've just come off a tour?
I've just come off tour, 2 months ago. Bought a new house, been doing that up. Absolutely been doing my head in. Builders, dealing with builders and that. So, I was all ready for the football season.
No, you're not.
And I'm not. No, I want it to end now. Especially after the other night.
Oh, we'll get onto that.
Yeah, we will, yeah.
And Joseph, what have you been up to?
I did the Edinburgh Festival. Just finished that. Just gigging, just going around gigging.
On a cruise ship?
I'm doing cruise ships.
Yeah, nice.
It's fun. A bit of travelling. Yeah, it's going alright. Dadding.
Dadding.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
That is a thing, yeah. If you want to look at some funny videos, then go to Joe Bohr 1 on Instagram, because Milo, your son, is hilarious.
And me.
I think he's funnier than you, actually.
Yeah, no.
That's saying something, isn't it? Wow.
He's obviously been taught well, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's have a little discussion about the weekend games. We'll start off with you, Antony.
Mate.
Absolutely got smashed.
Yeah, I mean, Spurs are a funny one this season, isn't it? Every time I've seen them, watched them last couple of weeks, even though we go 1-0 up, 2-0 up, I just still think that the other team are going to score and either grab a draw or nick a win. So it's been very frustrating. I think the team in the dressing room, something's gone on. I don't know what, but you got to leave it in the dressing room. You know, the minute they walk over that white line, they've got to play for the fans, you know, and we haven't been playing for the fans. The only game I can probably say is probably the Arsenal game where, you know, it meant something to them. Do you know what I mean? Sort of form goes out the window, even though we drew 2-2, but it felt like a proper good old North London derby. But the rest, the Newcastles and even the Leicester the other day was just shocking. Bad subs. I don't know where Poch is getting his tactics from. His changes he's making, you know, bringing on Victor Wanyama, who just recovered from an injury. He was going 2 weeks ago, and now he's gave the ball away twice that led to their goal. So it's sad times at the moment. It really, really is, and I don't know where we're going to be going on from here.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because he came out, Pochettino, I know it was today or yesterday, and he went, "Well, the dressing room's divided." It's like, your manager's not supposed to say that.
No,
manager's
supposed to be a cover-up operation. No, he's just going out.
Normally, the manager sort of stays with the players and backs the players.
Maybe he's doing that to sort of shake things up, to be like, look, you really need to sort your shit out.
Yeah, it does. But the thing is, as you just said, Joe, and rightly so,
coming out and outing everyone.
He's had, you know, again, it's dividing Spurs fans. You know, I'm very old school. I want to win trophies. You know, finishing fourth every year is all well and good, but doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? What's Harry Kane going to say when he's an old man and he's sitting with his grandkids and be like, "Well, I'll finish fourth every year." Yeah. Doesn't mean anything.
It's very Arsenal. It's very Arsenal.
It is Arsenal. But the thing is with you boys, and I hate to say it, you've won a few cups here and there. You know, you've challenged. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you've challenged for the league, but you've taken a few cups seriously, whereas we haven't. You know, we're talking about a manager. This amazing manager that we've got playing Son at left back against Chelsea in the final 2 years ago. It's just does my head in. And is it time for him to go? He's had 6 years. I mean, I'm going to leave it there.
Do you think it's time for him to go?
At this present time, maybe we do need a shake up. The players that want to go should go. They should have gone. Sort out his contract discussions, the Alderweirells, the Vertonghen. You know, Poch has come out and said about Vertonghen being too old. It's like, mate, he's one of our best ever central defenders I've ever seen in the Spurs shirt, and you're saying that about him. You know, he could have gone anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And
you got the stadium though, man, and you got the beer.
Yeah, but I'd love
and
that.
charges in the seats as well, apparently.
No
Is
way.
Apparently.
I'm going on Saturday, first time. So
Well, let us
I'm
know.
excited. I'm excited. But it's hard at the moment. It really, really is. And now, you boys are
We're above you.
turning, yeah.
Yeah. And now Chelsea has a better youth squad too. Like pretty soon.
Well, listen, this is good.
I reckon in a few years' time, the England squad's going to be made up of Chelsea players because at the moment,
quite
a
ironic,
majority of it is Tottenham, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's quite ironic because 3, 4, 5 years ago, there was the only English player was probably John Terry or Frank Lampard.
Exactly.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Now.
No, I like what Frank's doing. I think fair play to him. He's got that transfer ban. A lot of people were like, "Is he? Isn't he?"
It's just divine timing. Like this, he never would have had this opportunity if we didn't have this ban. So I just think everything works out. So yeah, I'm really pleased.
Have you always been Chelsea?
Yeah.
Or is it
Yeah.
since 2004 when
No.
Abramovich? No. I'm just asking.
Since I was little.
Since you were little, right? Okay, cool.
An Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham fan walked into a bar.
But I'd take Mourinho.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you take Wenger? Because you had our boy, and he actually won the one cup. That
Yeah, George
you won.
Graham.
Yeah,
The man in the grey coat. That's what we used to sing.
Did you hate him,
I
even though
didn't mind him.
he won
I
the
did.
Carling Cup for you?
That's what I mean. He won us a cup. So for
Yeah.
me, that just
I think you might need an Arsenal manager, mate.
no, man. I couldn't have Wenger. Imagine that.
Would you have Tim Sherwood back?
Wenger and Sol Campbell in the same coaching style. Would I have Tim Sherwood? No. He came, done what he had to do. But it's quite strange because Jurgen Klinsmann apparently has come out now and said, I would like to manage Tottenham, but legends, just be a legend, man. It's
working out at Chelsea, but not so much at Man United anymore, is it?
well, no, but again, Chelsea, you've had your luck with a few games. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Liverpool, you were tested.
Yeah, that was always going to be a tough one.
That's
They're
what I'm
challenging
saying.
For the title,
Yeah,
and we've
but-
got a youth squad basically. But
Yeah, but Lamps knows the Premier League. But it's
Yeah.
that case of you've got to give him time. He has been a legend at your club, and rightly so, because he's a phenomenal player. But I've always had this thing in my head that legends that go back to their clubs don't necessarily become great managers.
It's like meeting your
It's like a
idols.
relationship. It's like when you go back to your ex.
The trust is gone.
You just can't go there. You just can't go there.
No, it's a nice idea. You remember the good times.
Yeah, it's like Bergkamp being Arsenal manager. Would you want that in years to come? Would you? I don't know.
I like the idea of Henri, just because I
that'd
think he
be
could
great.
fire him up.
Right.
And he did it when he came back briefly. I felt like he fired him up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying that now. I don't know. You don't know what he's going to be like. I mean, Gary
He's
Neville.
beautiful.
I don't know if Gary Neville is a.
I interviewed Thierry Henry at the
I
Sun
can imagine.
once, and it was like an evening with him and
Someone else you couldn't remember.
no, Teddy Sheringham.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I was on the free wines, obviously,
Yeah.
and at the end of it, like I was like, "Oh, I just need to do my interview for the Dream Team bit," and then like the Dream Team came along, they were like, "Amy, not all the time, you're really drunk. Like, I think you should go home." And then I'm like, "Thierry Henry," and I literally grab his face and I'm like, "You're so beautiful.
I bet he
And they're
smells
like,
nice.
"Why are you so beautiful?" And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And I'm like, "Oh, your voice." And they're like, "Amy, seriously, get in the taxi and go home." I was like, "Oh my god," I just completely embarrassed myself. But it's probably not the worst thing I've done, so it's all right.
No, definitely ain't the worst thing.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I'm sweating now. Okay, stop talking, please. That was me.
No, Joe's talking about
Exes. Oh yeah, no, let's move on from that one too.
I bet Henri smells nice. I bet
Oh, he
smells
does.
nice.
Yeah, he smells good.
So he wears Creed
Yeah.
or Tom Ford. I bet he's a Tom Ford.
Tom
He's a Tom
Ford,
Ford.
yeah. Yeah, no, I'd love it if he was the Arsenal manager. I think they're talking about. There was talk of Arteta for a while before we got Unai, but and I think that would have been all right. I don't know. He's not a legend though, Arteta, in the same way that.
Nah. But that might work. That's what I'm saying. You look at
Yeah.
great managers over the course of how many years. Ferguson weren't a great player.
Yeah.
Mourinho certainly wasn't a great player. Wenger never really saw him.
Well, he didn't really play. Like he
Never
played
really
like
played.
lower
That's
league. In
No,
France.
I had David Dean in my audience once, and I spoke to him after the gig, and I said, "Oh, what was Wenger like as a player?" And he said, apparently, I was the best player in my village. It was a small village.
Do you know what I mean? You can imagine him saying that. Yeah. But it's like when Hoddle come back to us, you know, as much of a legend he was, didn't really do it for us. So, yeah, I mean, if someone, maybe I'd take Mourinho if it came up. And, you know, I've heard he's been sort of hanging around Spurs training ground and Spurs stadium. I don't know. This is the rumours that I've heard, but is it time for Poch to go? I hope not. I hope he turns it around. He does deserve this season to turn it around, but he's had 6 seasons to do that.
If you have Mourinho as well, you don't want him for a third year. Just make sure you have him.
It's 2 year, innit?
It's something about the third year.
But he knows how to win. But the thing is, he's a
Rich.
serial winner, Joe, isn't he? He knows how to win games. He knows how to close games down. When you're 1-0 up, he'll just shut shop. And I don't care. I don't care about playing great football. You know, what's the point of having 80% possession if you're losing 2-1?
Yeah, well, you don't want Wenger then.
No. But you know, I'm just old school. I want to win trophies, and I think that's what it's all about. Do you mean?
Do you think that, like, obviously with Pochettino's constant flirtation with, like, he's always been linked to other jobs and things like that. Like, surely that must have an effect on, you know, the changing room and things. If they're constantly feeling unsettled, like, oh, are we going to have him for another season or not, sort of thing. Do you think?
I don't think so. No, I think they're pros. I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, as I said just before, the minute you go over that white line, all that should go out the window. Do you know what I mean?
Think, yeah.
You know, it's not all that. Oh,
but it's like a sort of thick girl hanging around. Your wife or your girlfriend's not going to like that. I'm sticking with this.
Sorry, shall I leave?
But no, I suppose it is. If you're on the pitch, if I'm playing a game, I mean, I'm not a proper footballer, but if I'm playing a game, you just play the game, don't you? You play to win. Play to win,
and all that. Oh, is he linked with Madrid, or is he going to go United? If Solskjaer goes, and if he goes, he goes. What are you going to do? You know, he don't pay our bills. Do you know what I'm saying? So
at least you haven't got Solskjaer.
That was mental. The minute my mate, who's a Cardiff fan, he went, watch Costa. The minute he signs that contract, it's going to go tits, and it has.
Well, he had a very easy run, I think, before he signed the contract.
Yeah.
So at least you're not a Man United fan.
Okay, now I didn't want to have to talk about it, but here we go, VAR. And can I just say, it's VAR, not VAR. I hate it when all the pundits are like, yeah, well, you know, that VAR. I'm like, it's not VAR, it's VAR. And it really bugs me. Now, I was one of the advocates of it, but now I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not just saying this just because of Chelsea and, you know, Mount's goal was disallowed, which I was fuming about, by the way. But it was annoying. But I just think, you know, the way things are going, the referees, are they getting sloppy? Like, are they relying on VAR too much?
I mean, I'm a fan of VAR. I think it makes it a bit exciting. You're waiting. I think the fans need to get behind it. This is the thing. I think there needs to be some sort of chant.
I did like it, but
VAR. VAR, like, ooh. Like, you need to react to it.
Like in American football, like, is it a decision or not? Like, But I don't know. I really did like it, but now I'm like, oh. And also,
it's only the decisions that don't go your way.
Yeah. I know.
Exactly.
I liked it till the weekend. But also, I just feel sorry for the footballers. You know, they're there scoring the goals. They're going to say, "Oh no, I can't celebrate." No,
you just got to wait. It's the wait that's annoying, isn't it?
5 minute
it's
wait.
The wait. It's
but then you can't celebrate it naturally, then, can you? Because you've been stood around waiting.
That's it.
It's the consistency for me. Like, what was the other offside goal? Was it Mount's goal that was offside?
Yeah,
it was a Tottenham one.
It was Son. He was, well, I mean, on every other day, that's a goal.
Yeah, it's like that with the Mount one though. It was like literally like his toenail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it goes,
I would have just allowed it.
It has to go for everything, not. And then the Arsenal, the handball, that was an handball all day long. The was handball, but it got given the week before against so and so. So it's just a case of.
Yeah, it can't be one rule for one.
It's got to be consistent. Yeah, exactly. It has to be consistent.
I feel sorry for the guys in the VAR bit. They've got to tell the referee, you know, you got it wrong, mate. You know?
Yeah.
And they've got to sort of overrule him, and that's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Overruling your boss. I don't know who the boss is.
It's weird. It's weird,
yeah. Yeah, the ref's the boss.
It's got to be a little bit awkward. It's like, boss, you're wrong, mate. You're wrong. So it's got to be an awkward chat, isn't it? So I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult for the guys doing it, and you can't really please everyone, can you? So
And we're going to go over to our stat man Ed now, our producer. He's got some stats on VAR for us.
And having a look this week at which clubs have been most affected by VAR in terms of goals. So Chelsea, you're on -2. You had Kurt Zuma's goal disallowed at Norwich away. And of course Mason Mount got ruled as offside in the lead up to the goal against Liverpool. Tottenham, of course, you've had loads, but funnily enough, you aren't actually the worst off. You're actually better off than Chelsea in terms of how VAR's affected your games. You're on +1 at the moment because Gabriel Jesus' goal got disallowed because of Laporte's handballs,
which it should have stood, man. As much as I hate saying that, every day of the week, that's a goal. It's a goal. It's I don't know where the handball was. It wasn't a blatant handball, but
handball's a weird one.
It's a weird one, is it?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to jump?
It's like even the one with Arsenal. I mean, it was. Yeah, I think we got lucky.
Do the salmon.
That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to defend like this. Or...
if it's coming towards you, it's a bit. It's awkward, isn't it?
Do you remember that Stephen Taylor for Newcastle? I don't know, years ago. Have a YouTube of it when
he dived towards it.
He dived and then he started holding his chest.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He saved
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's funny. I like it, but that's blatant, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But the Jesus, I mean, it was great for us, but if that was our goal, I'll be screwing. Do you know what I'm saying? So
it stops the diving, doesn't it? You don't get as much of the diving, which I quite like.
Yeah.
Do you know
I really noticed a lot of diving the last couple of weeks. Actually.
Yeah, you don't get
It's a good shout.
There you go.
A good shout. I'm
it's in favour of the VAR.
Yeah.
So you know.
Also, it's probably because Costa's not in the Premier League anymore.
Some of that was ridiculous. It's like, has he been shot? I mean, the way it goes down.
Suarez,
yeah, not you. The other one.
Suarez was the worst, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Do you remember Rivaldo? Rivaldo's got to be the worst though ever.
Oh yeah,
corner flag
in the World Cup.
Yeah. He got kicked in.
Neymar as well. He's a bit of a diver, isn't he?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
How accurate do you all think VAR is in terms of like a percentage? Because obviously there isn't really any sort of way that you can measure it because it's all sort of subjective. But FIFA have come out and said how accurate they believe VAR is based on the success of VAR in the Women's World Cup and the Men's World Cup. So how successful as a percentage do you reckon FIFA said it was?
Because it's FIFA, they would say it's pretty accurate.
92%.
So I would say 98.
Well, for the Women's World Cup, they said it was 98% accurate. And FIFA also said that for the Men's World Cup, it was 99.3% accurate.
So, yeah.
Of course they did.
But VAR, I think, should be in all the leagues.
Is it not in all the leagues?
I don't know.
It's expensive though, isn't it?
It would be in the conference.
Yeah. No, but like,
I'm going to get like one thing against winning, but it's like it should be in all the leagues.
Sunday league, alright. Just like making this van, alright, I just got it on the phone, mate. Yeah. That was offside.
It should be Championship, League 1, League 2, I think, because it could determine whether these teams go up or down because of the decision and da. So I don't know. Maybe are they ever going to be doing that? Do you think is that going to come to fruition?
I got offered. So I'm a referee. I got offered by the FA to like push me up, and they were like, "Yeah, you could be in Championship like in a few years." And I'm like, "Me? Like, bloody hell! Don't know me else from my elbow." Like, should I do it? Yeah. I'll phone him later.
Have you refereed proper games?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's the highest level?
Yeah.
Oh, like grassroots. Yeah, nothing.
Is it hard?
I did do a final once though.
Have you ever encountered sexism?
Yeah, I did. So actually, the older guys were really respectful. They were like, yes, like they were like so lovely. The ones that I didn't like was like the under 16s. Well, they all know about KSI and whatever. They're like, oh my God, it's Momo girl. I was like, oh fuck, get me off. Phoned my dad half time. I was like, Dad, it's getting a bit leery here. Can you come down, please? I legit had my dad on the sidelines. I'm like, help me. And they're all towering above me. I'm like, you're 15 and you're like 6'4". Like, what's going on here? Peter Crouch is here. It was crazy. But yeah, they were so lippy. Really? And they're like all cocky, like, yeah, can I get your number? Can I get your digits? I was like, you live in Cornwall. Why are you talking like that?
Just take the free kick.
What if there's a proper fit player.
What, was 15?
No, that you're refereeing he's like 18, 19 and
18, 19? No, too young.
So yeah.
What, 35 then?
Well, he shouldn't be playing.
Early bath. You'll go for an early bath and I'm coming with you.
Well, I did. So I did wear like my long socks up to like thigh height, and like my shorts were pretty small, to be fair. And like false eyelashes on. I'm like, hi boys, I'm the referee today.
No, you didn't.
They're like, oh my god.
It's a late kickoff because the ref's getting ready.
Yeah, 2 hours later, I walk out.
Wow. Fair play, mate. I couldn't say that abuse. Sod
I
that.
can never be a ref.
Nah.
The amount of abuse they get, it's ridiculous. I don't know what makes, referees...
Mike Dean just probably gets like the worst, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Martin Atkinson's up there as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Kevin Friend too.
Michael Oliver.
I mean, all of them. They all get lost it, didn't they? I'll stop sending those letters of abuse. I'm really sorry.
Because you don't get many female refs. You get assistant. You got Sean.
Yeah.
That one.
Sean,
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's the only one, I think. You don't get many female refs. Jeez,
Women's World Cup there was, wasn't there?
There must have been, yeah.
Had to have been. Was there Women's World Cup?
I don't know if there was.
Why weren't you there?
Didn't get the call up, did I?
How long did it take to ref to do it? How long was it, like the course? Was it massive course? Was it?
No, it took like 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
2 weekends and then I was a
joking?
ref, yeah.
So like me and Joe could do it in like...
Yeah,
we should be a
literally.
ref.
And I passed my exam with 100%, and there was guys in there that failed it and had to redo the whole course.
So explain. Sorry.
So it's all the rules of the game.
Yes, it's the laws.
So
all of the laws.
is it practical? Is there like
Yeah,
a
it's
screen when he's like
practical.
saying, like Gary Neville with the whole computer thing?
No,
No, you haven't
not
got
quite
that.
like that. It wasn't. I
No.
was in Cornwall. It wasn't that high tech. No, you just go out on the pitch and then you're like, right, how big's this ball? You're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. You got like go do pitch inspections, like all of that sort of stuff. Then there's a lot of practical, and then so you get you have to do your assessment, so you have to do a game, and it was just a bit of a nightmare. I hated it. And my mentor guy, like, so the guy that was assessing me, he turns around to my mum and goes, she's doing ever so well for a 17-year-old. My mum's like, she's 28! And he was like, she should probably go to the gym though, she's not very fit, is she? And my mum looked at him and she goes, and he was stood there with his big fat beer belly saying that you needed to go to the gym. I was like, I hope you told him what for, mum. She's like, yeah, Renna said she was 28.
Some of those referees are not in the best shape.
That's what I
And
mean.
the amount they have to run around.
Yeah.
Mate.
And I got really bad
I think
eyesight. So I was like, I'll just be stood in
You
the
fitted
middle.
well, you
Like,
fitted well.
yeah. Just like all the rest of them.
An Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham fan walked into a bar.
So, at the weekend, I went to see Alan Jones and Russell Watson. So I'm there watching it, and I was having a few drinks to get me through it because, well, you know, it's like songs of praise or something. It wasn't really my cup of tea, but I had a nice time, got me out the house. Anyway, I was looking, and the more drunk I was getting, like, I was getting a bit squiffy, and I was like, as I said, my eyesight's pretty bad. And I was going, oh my God, Russell Watson looks like Robbie Fowler. And I was just like, oh my God. And then in the interval, I Googled it, Russell Watson, and I was like, oh, actually, don't look anything like it. So it got me thinking, have you guys ever been mistaken for a footballer? Or what other famous celebrities, like, you know, if you'd had a few drinks, you could possibly mistake them for a footballer?
Go on, Joe.
I get Matthew Flamini.
Oh, I've met him. I've been
Is
at
he a nice
Eden.
guy?
Yeah,
He's very
really
rich.
nice
He's
guy.
very
Richest
rich.
footballer in the world,
I
isn't
can
he?
actually see that now, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, he's in better shape, arguably. I've just had. I mean, I get Nicolas Cage.
He's your dad, isn't he?
And Barbara Streisand. That's not nice.
It's not very nice for Barbara, bless her.
Chef Flamini. Okay, so me and the boys were in Italy once and doing the TV show over there. And we're talking about football. They were like, oh, what team do you support? And all that. So one of my heroes is, they thought I looked like Christian Vieri from back in the day. Do you remember Christian Vieri?
I'm going to Google it.
This is back in the day. Like, he was like one of the richest footballers ever.
Was he Italy?
At that time, yeah. But he's half Australian.
Okay.
They were like, yeah, you look like... I said it for a laugh. Like, yes, you look like Christian Vieri. Come off stage, who's on the phone? Vieri. He's like, you're right, mate. Let's meet up, man. Let's meet up. And
What?
him and all that.
No way.
Yeah. He got my mum into my mum went over there for a holiday and I phoned him. He was like, look, the Milan derby was on, so we got my mum tickets and was their guest of honour. And it was dead.
An Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham fan walked into a bar.
Okay, so next up we have Get It Off Your Chest.
Get it off your chest, mate.
Hi, my name's David Talisman. I'm a Spurs fan, and my rant is about the Spurs fans who are calling for Poch to get sacked because of a patchy start to the season. Apart from the fact we were in the Champions League final 2 months ago, or whenever it was, and he's done an amazing job for the entire time he's been here. I think people need to remember that he said that he was going to have to do a painful rebuild, which means that he's going to have to clear out a bunch of players that we're big fans of, like Eriksen, Alvarez, Vertonghen, Rose, Wanyama, people who have been key to our recent success. And he's going to have to bring in a whole new squad, which doesn't take one transfer window and 3 signings. And on top of that, while that's all going on, you're going to struggle to pick up a consistent set of results. So he just needs to be given time, and if anyone's earned the right to be given time, it's got to be Poch. So yeah, that's my rant.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's got their opinions. This lad sounds a young lad. I don't know how old he is, but I just want to say, like, as I said in the beginning of this pod, I've lived through the shit. I've lived through the 90s. I've lived through losing 5-1s, going to Newcastle's and losing 7-0s and stuff. So I've been there and we've done it. My point is that, yes, we was in a Champions League final 2 months ago. We got there by the skin of our teeth, yeah? There's no two ways about it. This time last year we were nearly out because we didn't win a game. So, yes, we did progress. But my point is that he hasn't embedded winners into our team. When we went to that Champions League final, we went 1-0 down. That's just football. But there was no fight. I was watching the game. There was no fight from the players. Do you know what I'm saying? Lucas Moura getting dropped. The geezer got us to the final. You play Harry Kane, who I adore, but he only got made fit 12 hours before the game. Yeah. So you play someone that's on form, and I just think he should have kept that winning mentality, that winning formula. We haven't won anything. Well, in 6 years we have not won anything, and of course I want him to win stuff, but I mean, how much more time can we give this, our manager? If he left tomorrow, he leaves tomorrow, but I don't want him to go. I've got to stress that I don't want him to go. But if he was to go, we need to bring in someone that's proven, and that's one thing. Unfortunately, Poch hasn't won anything.
He's the best manager you've had for a while, though, isn't he?
100%. 100%, Joe. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I love the guy, what he's done to this club.
Yeah.
But we've gone backwards.
Yeah.
We've gone backwards. As I said to you, it's a
I
tough
don't know
time
what-
to Craig. Sorry, there's no point in finishing fourth every year if there's no trophies to prove it. Craig David gets nominated for 18 Brits in 18 years. He's not won nothing.
How many Brits have you
But he
won?
hasn't. We've won 2.
2.
But that's what I'm saying.
I thought you'd done more than that.
No, we you release songs to earn a merit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Craig David, as much as a great artist, he's never won an award.
Yeah.
When you look at Poch, a great manager,
Yeah,
but
but then
he's
you
not
can
won
say
nothing.
that about Leonardo DiCaprio. Look how long it took him to get an Oscar.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. You could be great at your job, but if you're not winning anything, what is the point?
Do you think it's a money thing? Do you think you spent a lot of money on the ground? It's got the beer thing.
It's my-
It's got the beer
I'm
thing.
going Saturday.
I'd go for the beer thing. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
I still don't know how it does it. It's from the bottom. The beer comes in from the bottom.
But they've recouped all that. They make like
They
700,
must
800.
make a lot. Yeah.
Stadium's paid off. This is what I've heard. The stadium's paid off, and it's time to recruit. We have made some signings this season, but one's on loan, Jack Clark, and one's injured. So
Who would you like to see come in then in the January window?
Who would you like to see go?
Yeah.
we'd like to see, well, Eriksen's got to go. His heart's not in it. I want to keep Alderweireld. I want to keep Vertonghen.
Yeah.
Rose, I'd love him to stay because he's a battler now. He had a bit of an off form like a couple of years ago, but I think he was back to his best a year ago. Who would I like to see come in? I want to see an out-and-out striker to challenge Kane, because a lot if one
You've always
gets
needed
injured-
someone with him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Son, as much as I love him, so much pressure's on that bloke when Kane's been out injured, and he's done fantastically well. But we need to look over at the bench and go, right, you're a game changer. You're a game changer. Look at City's bench. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got Jesus, you've got Aguero sometimes, you've got De Bruyne, you've got
Sterling didn't even play in that 8-0.
Sterling. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But that's a problem, isn't it? We live in a time of Man City and Liverpool where they're so good.
Yeah.
But I can't even moan about Arsenal because, we'll never catch them. I think we just need to accept that, while they're that
Can't
good.
admit defeat though, Joe.
Oh, well, they're
That's
that
the name
good.
of the game.
You just can't. We'll be happy with third or fourth. I think we've accepted that now. It's tough when you.
But who would you like to see? I mean, if Unai say doesn't win you
defence? Like we thought David Luiz was the one, but it's weird with Luiz. He can be the best and the worst in the same game.
Do you know what we used to say at Chelsea? You can always tell how the game is going to go by David Luiz's first touch on the ball.
No.
If he fucks it up, we lose the game, right? If he nailed it, we win that game. Literally. Next time you watch Arsenal, watch his first touch.
Well, but surely David Luiz is a proper pro. The mistakes
That's
he's
what
made,
everyone
he's
says.
Just like schoolboy.
Yeah. You just don't know what David Luiz you're going to get. You think he must be good. He played for world-class teams and Chelsea.
Excuse me. Oh, that hurts.
Sorry,
I'm with Antony now. I can see how much that hurts now.
Oh shit! Sorry, mate. I still feel bad about that. I don't know. I don't know how we feel. I think I'd like to see defenders that we haven't replaced. We haven't replaced Vieira. I think finally I like Torreira. Jack has got to go. He just makes so many mistakes. I think we finally sorted out as strikers.
What about Ozil?
He's a flair player. I think he's a sort of luxury player, isn't he? Like I like him, but he doesn't track back. He's not that sort. He's not going to put it in.
He's not going to put a shift in.
He's not going to put a shift in. But if you got him alongside someone like Joe Willock, who's going to do the running, I think we'll be all right.
Tobias.
I like him. I mean, he's in my fantasy football team, but he's not getting the points at the moment. That's what you got to think. You got to think of it in terms of fantasy football. I haven't really got any Arsenal or Tottenham players in. A lot of my mates have got Kane in, and he actually does get the points. Son, he'll be amazing one week, won't he? And then
that's what I mean.
And then the next week,
you score that trick one week, and then
yeah,
won't be in the team the week after. This is Poch's consistency sometimes where I think, why don't you like momentum? It's from a fan. It feels like you don't like that. As I said, he played Son at left back 3 years ago against Chelsea in the final, and it's just like, well, where did you get that?
Why did he do that?
I don't know. This is what my point. I don't actually know.
That's like Sunday League managing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like put your best players on the pitch. Yeah.
And Sanchez at right back when we got a perfectly fit, Carl Walker-Peters on the bench.
What happened to Trippier? I really like Trippier. He had a bit of a crap season last
that's
season.
what I mean. He got booted out. Got kicked out
because he seems to be doing all right. Is it Rome?
Smashing it.
Yeah.
He's at Athletic Madrid. Smashing it.
Yeah.
Because he's got good players around him, so it makes him. He's got to up his game. Otherwise, Simeone ain't going to take no shit, is he? I'd love to see him in the Premier League, Simeone.
Yeah, well, we were rumoured to be having Simeone, but obviously didn't work out.
But again, he doesn't know the Premier League, so it will take him.
And it is the toughest league in the world. I don't care what anyone says. It's the hardest one.
If you think we've got the best managers in the league, Pep, Klopp.
I rate Klopp.
Yeah.
I think Pep always inherits. I love him, but he always inherits good sides. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But someone like Klopp, who, if you'd have said to me 3 years ago that they'll be challenging, I'd probably been up.
But then if you look, the same thing, everyone was saying is Klopp had his time, he needs to go. And now look at them, do you know what I mean?
It took him a season at least.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Joe, where can the people find you on social media?
I've got a website, joebore.co.uk, Instagram, joebore1. I'm on Twitter, Joseph4. So it had been taken.
Plug your show.
I'm doing a tour. The story of Walter and Herbert. I also do a character called Jasper Cromwell Jones. I've got a new Greek character as well.
Mate, if you need anyone to come, just let me know, man.
I'll say my Greek.
I'll put the moustache on.
We should do a double act.
It's alright, man.
Do our
Let's do
double act. And Antony, where can people find you?
moaning about Spurs. No, on social media, both at Antony Costa without the H, by the way, because the geezer with the H hates me. He always used to message me going, "Stop stealing my name," like, bruv, I haven't stolen your name. I was born with it. Like, birth certificate. So it's at Antony Costa without the H on Instagram and Twitter.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. And please like, share and subscribe to this podcast. And we will be back again very soon with another episode.
An Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham fan walked into a bar.